Hi there, my name's Mark and welcome to today's practice, which I've themed softening the sides. So lots of focus on lower back, gentle twists and some nice side body movements as well. And as always, plenty of focus on the breath to relax the nervous system and soften the whole body. So when you're ready, let's make our way into wide child's pose to begin with. So take the knees out nice and wide, bring the big toes together, and if you're feeling a little bit tighter into the lower back, then what I always do is just stay up on the forearms for a few breaths, or you can even just stack the hands together and make a little resting place there for the forehead. Otherwise, eventually from there, just slowly start to walk the hands forward and then bring the forehead down to rest on the mats. And just take a moment to soften and settle here. You might take a couple of deep breaths into the belly. Then relax the jaw and take a clearing exhale, softening and relaxing to the shoulders as you do so. And then as you settle here, just bring awareness to the breath moving in and out of the nostrils. Just gently bring the breath down to the belly, creating that expansion into the ribs. And as you do so, just take a moment and just notice how the body feels, especially through the lower back. It's always nice at the start of practice just to take a moment to be aware of any tightness or any tension you're holding in the body anywhere. Just be aware of restrictions of the flow of energy through the body that we work through in the practice. And then from here, just start to reach out through the hands, bring a little bit more energy into the arms, and then walk over to the left-hand side. So we take a few breaths down the right side of the body. And so anchor the right hip down. And over the next few breaths, really think about this expansion and length into the right side of the body, creating space between the ribs. Just notice how that side of the body feels. And then from there, walk the hands over to the right. Then do the same thing down the left side of the body. So anchor the left hip down. And then take a few deep breaths down the left side. Just notice if the left side feels any different to the right side. And then from there, come back to the center. And then make your way into tabletop position. So hands under the shoulders, knees under the hips. Tuck the toes under. And then from here, just feel like you want to lift between the shoulder blades a little bit. Grip the mat with the fingertips. Start to switch on and activate these stability platforms into the body. Just start with a few little rotations around to the side. Just create some small circles. And then slowly start to increase the size of movements. And then switch over, other side, little circles first. And then gradually start to increase the size of the movement. And then from there, just start to move in any direction that you like. You might go side to side, you might go forward and back. And as you do so, just feeling to the sides of the body. So remember, it's all about softening into the ribs, creating this space into the lower back and opening into the hips. And then from there, when you're ready, come back to tabletop position. Pause there. Reach the arms forward and then make your way into downward facing dog. Let's take a few deep breaths here. Send the breath down the back of the legs, lengthening into the hamstrings. And then from there, step the right foot forward into a kneeling lunge. Lower the back knee down. And then look forward, opening chest and shoulders. Let's take a couple of breaths here. Okay, good. From there, lift the back knee and then step forward and just take a gentle forward fold, so feet hip distance apart. And then as you fold forward, bring the hands down in front of the feet or take the hands to the shins if you need a bit of support. Relax the neck, let the head hang heavy. Inhale, hands to the shin if you like, halfway lift. Then as you do so, just feel the shoulder blades move down the back. And then exhale, fold. And then as you do that again, inhale, halfway lift, engage through the core, and then continue to stand up with a flat back, reaching all the way out through the fingertips, and then exhale, Tadasana, hands beside the body. Pause here for a couple of breaths and just feel this sense of balance and stability into the body. You might even like to look down and just notice where the toes are. And so feel this alignment from the feet all the way up through the body. Next in-breath, sweep the arms out and up, reaching all the way out through the fingertips. And as you exhale, fold forward, hinging from the hips. Keep that length into the spine. And then from there, step the left leg back so your right leg is in front this time. And then from there, take a little twist and rotation in. Good. From there, bring the hand down to the top of the knee. And then as you inhale, bring the arm up. You spend a couple of breaths here, find this length into the body. And then as you exhale, take that hand across the knee. Then just take a little gentle twist, reaching around the back hamstring. And so we're going to do a similar posture, standing. And so just get a feel for this here, looking over the back shoulder. Just that gentle twist into the lower back. Good. Come back to the center. Inhale, bring both arms up. And then as you exhale, bring both hands back down to the mat. From here, lift the back knee and then make your way into a high plank. Good. Pause here for a couple of breaths. You can take a kneeling plank if you need to. But then lower the knees and then send the hips back into a close child's pose. And then from there, shift forward, chin and chest to the mat into this 8-limb posture, looking forward with the chin. Then on the inhale, cobra, little lift. And then on the exhale, release, tuck the toes under and return to downward facing dog. Settle here for 3 breaths. Send the breath down the back of the legs. Good. This time, step the left leg forward. And so now we'll do that on the other side. So hold here for a couple of breaths. Just square to the front, open chest and shoulders, and keep the hips shifting forward. Good. Lift the back knee. And then from there, step forward, we fold. And so feet hip distance apart. And then as you fold forward, relax the neck, let the head hang heavy. Take a couple of deep breaths here. Good. Bring the hands to the shins, halfway lift. Engage through the core and then continue to stand all the way up, reaching out through the fingertips. And then as you exhale, hands beside the body, Tadasana. Pause here for a breath. Feel center and alignment through the body. And then next inhale, follow the breath, sweep the arms out and up. And then as you exhale, hinge forward, draw the belly in, feel that engagement into the core. Then step the right foot back so the left leg is in front again. Then hold here for a breath. And then take a twist in, so right palm grounded, left arm lifts up. And feel this space between the shoulder blades as you reach. Good. Couple of breaths here. Then bring that hand down to the knee. Right arm lifts, opening into the front. And feel that length into the side of the body. And then take that hand across. Left arm reaches around behind into the gentle twist. Good for that width across the chest. Whoops. Looking over the back shoulder. Feel that softening into the back. Good job. Come back to the center. Both palms grounded. Lift the back knee into the low lunge. And then from there, compress through the palms, high plank. Hold there for a breath, and then take kneeling child's pose. Send the hips back. And then 8-limb posture. Shift forward, chin and chest to the mats. Elbows in nice and snug. Cobra on the in-breath. And then exhale into downward facing dog. Settle here for 3 breaths. And so remember, at any time, if you need to take a little bit of recovery throughout this practice, feel free to drop back to a child's pose or any other restorative posture that you like. Otherwise, as you hold here in downward facing dog, let's just start to encourage a little bit more length into the back of the legs. So we stretch right down through the hamstrings and the calf muscle, but maintain that alignment through the spine. Next, inhale, right heel lifts, 3-legged dog, and then step forward into a low lunge. Use blocks if you need blocks. Otherwise, hold here and keep this length into the spine. So really engage the back leg, extend out through the heel, and feel the glute muscle start to switch on and activate. That'll be important to hold stability in the posture. So as you twist in, keep that activation into the glutes. Look for that width across the upper shoulders. And so basically we did all this kneeling. Now I'm going to do the same thing standing. So from here on an in-breath, lift up into reverse crescent lunge. So your right arm goes around behind. Your left arm lifts up. Then just gently start to look over the back shoulder. Left arm keeps lifting. This is nice, gentle twist into the lower back. A couple of deep, steady breaths. Good. One more breath. And then on the exhale, bring both hands back down to the mats. And then from here, step the back foot in just a little bit into pyramid pose. So if you need blocks, grab your blocks. And then as you straighten out through the front leg, ground down through the back heel where you can, find that length into the spine. And then just soften into the back again. Relax the shoulders, relax the neck. And send the breath down the back of your front leg into the hamstrings. Keep the back leg active, driving down through the heel. Good. One more breath. And then from there, shift forward, move the blocks out to the side, and then around to the back of the mat into side lunge. Good. And then from there, if you want, lift the toes up on the front foot, ground down into the heel, and you might want to lift the heel a little bit on the back foot. And then just start to find a little bit of space into the body. And then from there, just walk the hands over in front of your foot. Let's take a few deep breaths here. What you might find is eventually you can just kind of sit back onto the heel and maybe take a seat into here. And just hold for a couple of breaths, but keep the front foot flexed. And keep this opening of chest and shoulders. Nice. Good job. And then from there, shift the weight forward again. And then back around to the front of the mats. And then from here into half moon balance. So use the block if you need the block. We'll place the hand in front of your right foot. And then lift and hold. Flex the top leg. And if you want, take the top hand to the outside of the hip to help with a little bit of balance. Otherwise, reach the top arm up and hold here. Couple of steady breaths. Good. Slowly step back into the lunge. Land lightly, take a breath here. Palms grounded into high plank. And so from here you could take kneeling plank cobra or halfway holding chaturanga. And then into upward facing dog or cobra. And then from there into downward facing dog. Settle here for 3 breaths. Look for this length into the back of the body. Send the exhale down the hamstrings all the way down to the heels. And then let's do that on the other side. So on your next inhale, left heel lifts. Then step forward into the lunge. Good, take a few breaths here. So get active in the back leg, extend out through the heel. Find that length into the body. Then from here, take the twist and rotation in. So without losing that engagement, without losing that alignment through the body. Feel the width across the upper back. So then from here, when you're ready on the next inhale, flip into the reverse crescent lunge. Reach around behind. Good, right arm lifts up. And then reach down the hamstring towards the back of the knee. Find a focus point behind you to help with balance. Looking over the back shoulder, a few deep breaths. Good, one more breath. And then slowly bring the hands back down to the mats. And so if you want to use the blocks, grab the blocks for pyramid pose. Just take a moment to settle there. Bring the back foot in a little bit closer. And then from there, as you straighten out through the front leg, just gently ground the back heel down. You can always keep the back heel, lifted a little bit if you need to. And then just settle here, just soften into the shoulders, relax the neck. And always coming back to a nice, easy, steady breath in the postures. Good job. Take one more breath here and then shift around to the side lunge. So round to the back of the mats. And then here you can stay up a little bit higher. Use the hands under the shoulders for support. Otherwise, lift the toes up. Bring the arms out in front for a little bit of balance. And then eventually from there, you might even sit back onto the flat foot. You might take a seat all the way down, or still have that little bit of height. Everyone's different in flexibility through the hips, so there's no real better or worse or right or wrong. Just move with what's happening in the body and be able to stay with a steady, easy breath. Good, come back to the front. And then from there, if you want to use a block, grab the block. For the half moon balance, lift and hold. And so we use that nice little flow from pyramid to side lunge to half moon balance, getting us more open in the hamstrings and the hips with each posture, building on one to the next. Take one more breath here. And then slowly step back. Good, move the blocks if you need to. Come back to the low lunge, compress into high plank, and you can take kneeling plank cobra, otherwise take a breath and on the exhale into chaturanga, pause parallel to the floor. Inhale, upward facing dog. And then exhale into downward facing dog. Pause here for 3 breaths. Good. Take one more breath here. And then from there, bring the knees down to the mat into puppy pose. So hips above the knees, reach the arms forward as far as you can. And then have the forehead resting on the mat, but keep the tailbone lifted. And then reach forward through the fingertips as far as you can. So here we'll feel this nice big stretch into the upper back. Bit of a stretch into the front of the chest and shoulders. And then from there you might even like to look forward and rest the chin down. And feel that softening into the upper back, thoracic spine. And settle with the breath. Good. One more breath here. And then if you've got the chin down, bring the forehead down. Just gently walk the hands in. Then take a seat on the heels. Rest the hands, I should say, on the top of the thighs. Relax the shoulders. Palms facing up, and take a couple of deep breaths here. Just relax the shoulders. Good. Take one more deep breath here. If you need a little drink, feel free to grab a quick sip of water. And then when you're ready, we're going to move back to downward facing dog and move into the second half of the practice. So from there, when you're ready, return to downward facing dog. Lift the hips. Set the feet hip distance, maybe a fraction wider if that a little bit tighter into the hamstrings and the lower back. Hopefully now by this stage of the practice, you're feeling nicely open through the body. Next inhale, right heel lifts, and then bring the knee forward and then place it down just behind the wrist into kneeling side plank. So kick that foot out to the side, and then take your top leg out behind, and then lift and open into the side body. So we're going to use this as a preparation posture. So from here, squeeze the glutes, shift the hips forward slightly, and then find that length into the side of the back, reaching all the way up overhead. But keep that top leg engaged. Take a few deep breaths here. We're using this as a preparation for extended side angle pose, which is coming up very shortly. So from here, bring the top arm around, and then make your way back into three-legged dog. So from here, take the right heel up, find that length into the body, and then step forward into the low lunge. Hold there for a moment, find this length into the spine, and then from there, shift around to the front of the mat, or the side of the mat, into wide straddle fold. So from here, feet wide, parallel with each other. Switch on the quadriceps. Just take a couple of breaths here. Feel this length into the spine. And then as you slowly start to fold forward, just think about tipping forward, lengthening from the lumbar spine, focusing on hamstring stretch. But keep the quadriceps active to stabilize and support. And so as much as possible, keep the legs straight. You don't want to be folding too far forward with the legs bending. The focus is hamstrings. Good job. Slowly lift. Come back to neutral spine. Find that length into the body. And then from here, walk the feet in a fraction closer if you need to. Shift around to the front of the mat. So use a block on the inside of the ankle if you need to, or take the forearm to the knee or the thigh. Have your back foot parallel to the short edge of the mat. And then drop down low into the front leg. Squeeze the glutes into hip extension, active in the back leg. And then reach the arm up overhead. So option 1 is here in side angle. Otherwise, you might like to reach the top arm forward into extended side angle. Use the block for support, really active in the back leg like we did for the kneeling side plank. Keep opening the chest. Good job. Take a few deep breaths here, reaching all the way out through the fingertips forward. That nice side body stretch. Good. One more breath. And then bring the top arm around, kneeling lunge. So both hands to the inside of the front foot. Bring the back knee down, move the blocks out to the side. And then from there, kneeling quadricep stretch. So bring your back foot up, reach the inside arm around. And then here, just relax. Keep the hips shifting forward. Open the chest and shoulders. And just gently start to look in, maybe look over the back shoulder. Most importantly, though, keep this space across the chest and shoulders. Okay, good job. Relax the back foot down. And then from here, frame the front foot. And then there, what we're going to do is go into pigeon pose. So just bring that knee down towards the front wrist. Good, extend out through the back leg. And then keep the chest lifting. I like to keep the toes tucked under on the back foot, especially when I'm starting here. And if I just lift the back knee up a little bit, I find that it helps me align into the hips. So rather than dropping down and putting any pressure on the front knee, think about keeping that slight engagement. So keep it active. We're not going to fold forward. So we're not going to do sleepy pigeon. We're going to do energized pigeon. Keeping the chest up. Let's take 3 deep breaths here. Good. One more deep breath. Nice stretch into the hip flexor on that back leg. Good job. Bring the palms grounded. Shift the weight forward a little bit. Return to downward facing dog. And then that right leg that was forward on pigeon pose, just ground down into that heel and lift your left heel up a little bit. And then send a breath down the back of that right leg that you just had bent in pigeon pose. Good job. Ground both heels back down again. And then let's move on to the other side. So left heel lifts, 3-legged dog. Step forward for the kneeling side plank. So knee down behind the wrist. And then open out to the side. So top leg is active as you extend back. Top arm reaches forward. Engage the glute muscles. And start to encourage that nice lengthening to the sides of the body. Deep breaths here. So we're preparing the body, creating more space. Remember, each posture should intelligently move into the next posture as well. Good. Bring both hands back down to the mats. 3-legged dog. Take the heel up. And then from there, step forward into the lunge. Land lightly. Pause here for a moment. And then from there, shift around to the side of the mats. Feet wide. And so take a couple of breaths here. Feel that length into the spine. Active in the quadriceps. And then exhale, fold forward. And so eventually you might have the forearms resting on the mats. Good. One more deep breath. And then from here, come back to the lift. Feet in a fraction closer if you need to. And then shift around to the front of the mat for side angles. So block to the inside of the ankle. Back foot parallel to the short edge of the mat. Get low into the leg. And then lift and open. Good. Leg stretch forward. Open into the chest. And then deep breaths here, active in the back leg. And so this is getting us open into the hips. Good. One more breath. Then bring the arm around. Square off the hips, ground the back knee. Blocks out to the side. And then bring the back heel up into this kneeling quadricep stretch. So lift the heel. Take a hold of the back foot. Good job. And so as you breathe, open the chest. Three more deep breaths here. So just getting a little bit deeper into the hips here, preparing us for pigeon pose. Good job. Slowly release the back foot. Palms grounded, lift the back knee, and then from there, just compress, bring that knee straight into the back of the wrist or the forearm, and then start to extend out through the back heel. Remember, I like to keep the toes tucked under, but you can do whatever's most comfortable for you. I find there with the toes tucked under, I can just lift that back knee a little bit, stay engaged, keep the hips square, and so it's no pressure on the front knee. It just really focuses on encouraging that opening into the hips, which is what we want. 3 deep breaths. Good job. And so from here, let's bring the hands forward. Return to downward facing dog. So the left leg that was in front, take the left heel down, lift the right heel up for a little bit. Hold there for a few breaths. Good. Ground down through both heels. And then slowly start to walk the hands into the feet. Let's take gorilla pose. So from here, lift up one foot, then lift up the other foot, place the palms underneath. And let's take this nice deep forward fold, stretching into the arms and the wrists. Drop the head, relax the neck. Bend the knees as much as you need to, but then eventually work at straightening out the legs. Settle with the breath. Good. Soften the knees. And then from there, let's make your way into yogi squat, malasana. Good job. Drop the tailbone down. Keep the chest lifted. And then you can either just have the triceps resting on the tops of the knees or bring the palms together. And as you hold here, you might even just like to gently shift the body side to side. Keep lifting through the chest. Okay, good job. And then from there, just slowly shift forward. Bring the knees down and then take a seat on the heels. Rest the palms facing up. Relax the shoulders. Take a couple of clearing breaths here. Nice work. So from here, we'll just move into lateral side body stretch, seated twists, and forward folds to finish off with. So what we're going to do from here is just lift up a little bit. Put your right foot underneath so the ankle crosses over the back. The shin crosses over the back Achilles or ankle. And then from there, we just sit over to the right. And so what that is going to do is lock you in position. And then from there, left hand down, right arm reaches up, and then over to the side. So nice right body lateral stretch first. And so with the legs locked, it's going to anchor you down. And then from here, we lift, get that nice side body stretch, and just use the breath, reaching over as far as you can. And then deep breaths here. You might even start to look up to the ceiling. So you should feel this right into the side of the lower back. And if you're lucky, you might feel a little click in the lower back like I just did. A lot of us get really tight in this QL muscle, the side of the lumbar spine. This is a really nice posture to get some nice length there. Good. Slowly come back to the center. And then from here, we'll take seated twists. So what you're going to do is take your back leg, your left leg, and place it over the right. And then from there, just take a seat and find this upright position. If you need to sit on a block, feel free to grab a block just to lift you up a little bit. Otherwise, you want to get nice and compact and almost sort of feel like you lean forward a little bit, because what happens is there's a tendency to kind of lean back or dip through the lower back. So from there, lift, left arm around behind, right arm reaches up. And then we twist, take the hand over the outside of the thigh. And then as you hold the twist, keep lifting, lengthening, and then deepening the twist with each breath. And so inhale, lift, exhale, soften. And I like to think about those qualities of the breath here. So the inhale is uplifting, it's energizing, it's expansive. And the exhale is grounding, settling, softening. Make sure the front foot stays grounded. One more breath. And then on the exhale, counter twist the other way. Good job. Come back to the center. And then from there, swing the legs back around, shift forward, and then we'll do the same thing on the other side. So take your left leg under, and then rest the top of the foot over the back of the Achilles. Lock yourself down in position. Right palm grounded. And then left arm lifts up and over. So this nice side body stretch into QL muscle, lumbar spine. So from there, just slowly start to lift and extend over to the side. You might even eventually start to look up, but keep this top arm quite active and energetic. Keep using the breath. Good. 2 more breaths. Nice job. Come back to the center. And then from there, just take a moment, square off the body, and then bring your right foot over the top into the seated twist. Square off the hips, ground down, and then right arm around behind, left arm lifts up, and then twist in, bring the inner thigh into the belly, lift up through the chest, and then continue to move with the breath and deepen the twist. Couple more breaths. Good job. Slowly release. Exhale. Counter twist the other way. And then come back to the center. Lean back for a moment and then extend out through the legs. And so from here, just extend out through the heels, bring the hands around behind. Take a couple of breaths here. We'll finish off with a single leg forward fold on each side, and then make our way into relaxation. So make sure the heels are level. And then from there, bring your left foot in, keep the right leg out in front. Inhale, bring both arms up. And then as you exhale, fold forward. Grab a strap if you want a strap, or just bend the knee up a little bit. Just take a few breaths here. So we'll start to the center, then I'm going to add a variation to add in the side body. So from there, just slowly start to fold and stretch forward. Let's take about 4 or 5 breaths here. And then you can either stay here, otherwise the variation is with the right foot forward. Take the left hand to the outside of the foot, and then take your right arm under to the opposite knee. And then from here, we'll just start to add a little bit of a twist, reaching under the body. Just gently, you might even rest the forehead on the right knee. And then once you've got your grip, you can take a hold of the knee and almost feel like you're pulling the knee in but push down at the same time. Get that nice little bit of dynamic tension into the body. Breathe and deepen the twist into the lower back. So it's quite an active forward fold. Good, 1 more breath. And then slowly untwist. Oh, how good is that, hey? Sit back for a moment. Let's take a couple of breaths here. And then slowly start to switch sides. So left leg extended, square off the feet, right foot in. And then from here, reach the arms up, find your balance, and then exhale, fold forward. And then from here, let's take a couple of deep breaths. And so we'll start to the center first. So remember to settle with the breath. You can always bend the knee up as much as you need to. If you keep the foot flexed, that'll encourage that length right down the whole back of the leg, not just the hamstring, missing out on the calf muscle. And so option to stay here. Otherwise, if you want, take the right hand to the outside of the left foot this time. Left hand under to the outside of the knee. And then from here, just start to work into the twist. So keep it active in the body. You don't want to fall asleep. Good. One more breath. And slowly release. Nice work. Extend out through both legs. Bring the hands around behind. Just take a moment here. You might even just shift the legs side to side. And then from there, when you're ready, just shuffle forward a little bit if you need to. And then from there, roll back. Bring the knees into the chest as you do so. Relax the head down. Take a couple of breaths here, and then if you like, you can stay here with the knees to the chest, or you could take happy baby pose, either take a hold of the big toes or the inside or the outside of the feet. Keep the shoulders relaxed down. Aim to keep the tailbone down as much as you can as well. Then from here, just really gently let the body shift side to side, so you're massaging the lower back into the mat. It's very calming for the nervous system. It's just signaling to the body that it's time to take some well-earned rest and recovery. You might even just start to close the eyes down here as well, setting the intention to move into relaxation. And then from there, when you're ready, bring the feet in together, extend out through the legs, take the feet shoulder width apart, take the arms out away from the body, palms facing up. And just notice the alignment through the hips, make any little adjustments or movements side to side that you need to. Just take a few deep breaths here. Just clear the energy body. You might like to take a deep breath in through the nose. Then relax the jaw as you exhale. And if you notice that you're holding any tightness or any tension anywhere, use that clearing exhale to consciously relax into the body. And then if you just tuck the chin in slightly, feel that lengthening into the back of the neck. Relax the jaw. Then eventually letting go of any focus of the breath. Just notice the body start to drop into this deeper state of relaxation. Just optimizing our body to begin this process of cellular regeneration and integrating the processes of the practice. And so ideally here you'd take about 5, maybe 6 minutes in Shavasana. You might even take a little bit longer if you've got time for that. If you haven't got a lot of time, try to do at least 3 or 4 minutes. This is very important for the body to begin this process of regeneration. It's where the energy body balances, it's where the physical body balances. And so I'll leave you to finish off the last few minutes in your own space. As always, if you have any questions, please feel free to reach out on Instagram. Thanks for joining me for today's practice, and I look forward to seeing you next time.